everybody, I had a great request recently to put together some tutorials using only one brand of makeup in each, and I thought that is a great idea because you're going to get a lot of information on one brand's products, but also you're going to be able to see exactly how they perform. You know how, like, in some tutorials, I think there are some standout products, and it's like maybe that really good product was covering for this not so good product. So here it's kind of all exposed, you know, the one brand, how does it do on its own without bringing in, you know, X, Y, and Z from these other brands. So I hope you get a lot of information on the brand I'm talking about today, which is Tarte. Tarte is known to be high performance natural beauty. So there are a lot of great natural ingredients in their products. There's a lot of not so good stuff left out of the products. At the end, I will give you a total, you know, like my favorite products that I used. And also I will link at the end and in the information bar links to other videos I've done on that particular brand. I'm going to be taking you through, of course, foundation, blush, eyes, lips, the whole bit. So if you want to see how it comes together, keep watching. Would start with foundation, but because of the texture of the concealer I have and the foundation, I'm kind of switching steps. I'm going to do concealer first. This is the Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. I'm doing it first because it has more of a tacky finish. I have it in medium. I absolutely love it. The coverage is so good. I mean, and it is also really nice because that Maracuja oil is something that I use actually before bed all over my face, just the straight oil. It's extremely hydrating. If you've ever been concerned about a concealer making you look dry and cakey, this is not a concern with this one at all. Those of you with oily skin or combination skin, I think you'll really like the foundation. This is the Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Balancing Foundation with SPF 15. It has a really lightweight feel, but yet it truly does give good coverage. It's just such a nice texture. It's really creamy, but it's not heavy feeling. So I'm just going to kind of dot this around my face. I would say velvety is the best way to describe this foundation, and it comes with an awesome brush. This is so thick. This is the biggest foundation brush I own, but when you apply this, it really gives you the best finish with this foundation. It's amazing. Like it's a really dense brush and it covers a lot of surface area at one time, so before you know it, you're all blended out. For the most part, I feel like my skin is evened out. So I'm a fan of the coverage of this, and I do like how it wears throughout the day because I do tend to get a little oily around the T-zone. Frankly, the way that foundation kind of smooths out to that velvety finish, you wouldn't even necessarily feel the need to put powder on top of that, but I am going to use their bronzer in Park Avenue Princess. This is their mineral bronzer. I actually got this. This is a small size. It came with one of the kits I got. This can definitely be used just kind of all over to perk up the skin and kind of have the same effect as a powder, so because it is a powder product. So as you can see, I'm just kind of not really using this as a contour because it does have a little glow and shimmer to it, so I'm just dusting it around all over. Moving on to blush, I'm going to be using one of the 12-hour Amazonian Clay blushes. I'm not sure if this particular one is available individually. This one's called Peaceful, and it came in a kit, and there's also a great little brush that's kind of unlike most blush brushes because it really kind of paints on the product practically rather than swirling it on, but you get a really nice finish with it. So I'm just going to kind of sweep that upward. It's such a glowing kind of blush. It's really pretty. You don't necessarily need to go on top of it with a highlight. I mean, you get a gorgeous glow just with the blush, and because it has the Amazonian clay, the glow is coming from the product, not making you, not creating excess oil on your face. I actually have a little Tarte eye primer. It's the Natural Eye Primer with Firmitrol, and it says 51% decrease in fine lines and wrinkles. So I haven't been using this long enough to really be able to speak for its claims. I haven't had problems as far as like creasing or anything like that. So this operates a lot like Urban Decay Primer Potion or Too Faced Shadow Insurance or something like that. I'm going to use my Tarte Emphasize Waterproof Amazonian Clay Cream Eyeshadow. One of my favorite products. I have it in Shimmering Taupe. Gorgeous color, and if you just, you know, basically put your finger in there and just kind of smudge that all over the eye. I'm using the Tarte SmolderEyes Amazonian Clay Waterproof Liner. This is like a jumbo pencil, and the shade I have it in, it doesn't say on the packaging here, but it's like a plummy brown. And I'm going to take that right under the lower lash line. I'm also going to build up some color on the outside, on the outer part of the eyelid, and kind of give myself a little bit of an drawn on outer V practically. So this will be kind of a base for the nice smoked out outer V. And also smudge this out as well. You can also use your finger. Then I'm using my Tarte Eye Couture palette. Love this palette for natural to dramatic looks. It's great for whatever. I'm gonna go to this shade right here. It's kind of a deep shimmery brown. And just using a pencil brush, I'm going over those areas where I put the dark eye pencil. I'm also taking a little bit of that brown color kind of up into the crease. And this palette comes with a cool double-ended brush, one that can, you know, put your base layer of shadow on, and one that's kind of a nice crease brush. I'm going to use the larger side and go to this light shade right here. It's kind of just a nice pearl color. And just use that as a little bit of a highlight up here. Then I'm going to go to this really soft lilac color. Just use that to kind of smooth over the edge. It's very buildable, so the more lavender-ish you want this to come off, just kind of swipe another layer over it and you're there. The other thing this eye kit comes with is a double-ended liner. One end is kind of a coppery brown, like that, and the other end is black, and we're going to be using the black end, and this is called the long wearing eyeliner, and I'm pretty sure Tarte has some more advanced eyeliner products like some cream liners, and there's an Amazonian clay pencil liner, I believe. I have that, but it's in kind of a burgundy shade that I didn't want to use for this look, so I'm just going to use the black end, and you're going to notice that as I line my waterline here, I mean, it's not the richest, deepest color. And then I'm just going to use the same product to line my upper lash line. Then I'm going to curl my lashes. And then I'm using Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. If you've seen my mascara favorites video, you know this is one of my top favorites. It's great for being super long wearing and not smudging and flaking off. But it also takes wimpy lashes like mine and actually beefs them up with a, 2 to 3 coats and makes them look a lot better. For my lips, I am using a really cool product. It's the Lipsurgence Natural Lip Luster in Sweet. This is a really nice shade. It has a minty scent, and I love, you know how I love jumbo pencils, so this is like, it goes on feeling kind of like a lipstick lip balm. More like a lip balm, probably. And then for a gloss, I'm going to use the Tarte Pure Optic Lip Gloss in Golden Pink. This is a product that is going to go on much, much more, it's going to be sheer if you wear it alone. It's nice, kind of layered, but not something I would really reach for to wear on its own. In terms of my favorite Tarte things, the things that I think are unique, are things that would be beneficial to have in your collection. The first one is the Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. I love that this is using a really great ingredient for hydrating the skin, to help with aging skin, and to put moisture back in an area that can look really, really dry. Another standout product from Tarte that I love is the Emphasize Waterproof Amazonian Clay Cream Shadow, especially this shade, Shimmering Taupe. It lasts so long. I believe this was tested out by the U.S. women's water polo team, and it lasted. I also am a huge fan of Tarte eyeshadows. Specifically, I do like this Couture Kit because I think you get a great variation of colors. This is a great great thing to pop in your bag on a trip or a vacation or something, because you can get, as you can see, you got a black there, super smoky dark looks or light, very natural looks. I like how the Tarte shadows are super buildable, so you put on a little bit, you get a little bit, but you can layer that up and get a lot without looking overly caked on. So I'm definitely a fan of that, and I like how they throw in, you know, a liner, a brush. I even got this little primer with that. You also know I love the Lights Camera Lashes mascara. If you have an opportunity to try a kit or, you know, just pick this up on its own, I would totally recommend it. It's great in terms of building up lashes that if you don't have a lot of them, it really makes them noticeable, and it's good about not flaking or anything like that. So this really reminds me of the Mally Volumizing Mascara, which I also love. So two of definitely my favorite mascara. I really don't have any products that I would call duds. Like, I did not enjoy using them today, and I mean, I'm pleased with the overall look, but I will tell you my opinions on, you know, the other stuff. The Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Balancing Foundation, I really like this. I have tapped into the world of drugstore foundations big time, tried tons, and Rimmel Lasting Finish, Revlon Color Stay, Maybelline Super Stay. Those are long wearing too. I think this is not necessarily something you have to shell out the money for just to get this. I said it, I absolutely love these blushes, but I think about what else is in my collection. Milani baked blushes come to mind. They can give that similar glowy effect on the blush, but you don't have to spend quite as much for it. While I love the Lipsurgence and I love that minty feel and the control that you get, this does kind of remind me of like the Burt's Bees lip balm. Can give you also nice color as well. The bronzer, the jumbo eye pencil, and the lip gloss, they really weren't super unique standout products to me. I like them. I will continue to use them, but you're going to find other jumbo pencils similar to that from other brands. This lip gloss is nothing especially amazing, and the bronzer, I mean, I got tons of bronzers. I got a lot of drugstore bronzers that I love, and this wasn't necessarily over the top awesome. I hope this was educational for you, I guess, and maybe as you look into the Tarte brand, you'll find some great new products and know better how to use them. So thanks again. Have a great day, guys.